Welcome to 15 Minute Theatre, the only review show that squeezes a whole production into 900 seconds. The date is 24th of March 2018, and we've just been to see The Birthday Party. Open the house. Hi Vix,
Hi there, James.
how are you doing today?
I'm alright, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Yeah,
Don't know
I'm doing
why we're
fine.
talking in these stupid accents. They're not that they're stupid if that is actually your accent, but when we do it's stupid.
So, we have been to see The Birthday Party
We have, yeah,
on different days.
on different days.
Wow. So this will be interesting. I wonder
Yeah.
if we got the same theatrical experience.
Well, who knows?
Well, we'll find
Maybe
out.
someone was off colour on my night. Maybe someone was off colour on your night.
Well, we'll soon find out. Shall I give you a little bit of information
I
about the play?
wish you would.
Okay, I will do. It was directed by Ian Rickson, written by Harold Pinter,
Yeah.
and notable actors Toby Jones, Stephen Mangan, Zoe Wanamaker, Pearl Mackie, Tom Vaughan Lawler, and Peter Wright. I said them all.
You said them all because there weren't that many of them, and they were all of the noteworthiness.
Yeah. And it was at, as I said, the Harold Pinter Theatre.
Yeah.
And it's running until the Saturday, the 14th of the April, the 2018.
And that is a Saturday to remember.
It will be, I imagine. Right, Vicky, do you want to give us a synopsis?
Okay, so so basically it was set in a house which was owned by a couple, and they let out one of their rooms to a guy who'd been living there for about a year. And the husband meets a couple of guys out and about, and they're looking for somewhere to stay. So they come and stay for a night, which is a night where they have a birthday party for Stanley, the lodger. And it all sort of kicks off, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
In the worst way.
Yeah.
Well, kind of in the worst way.
There's some, it's pretty dark.
So what did you think?
Well, I thought that there were some very good performances, and I thought it was very well directed. I got a bit lost in the plot.
Well, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe you're worrying too much about the plot. But I think if we talk about it, you'll have got the plot exactly. But there were so many gaps and holes and things that you had to put together yourself.
Were there things that you didn't know why they were happening?
I'm going to tell you a little story. My dad used to have a picture in his living room.
Was it a picture in the loft that never aged?
Not quite.
Okay.
It was a picture of a rock, or like a massive rock, not like Ayers Rock, but a big rock.
This sounds like a great picture.
Well, it was just a big rock,
Right.
And like in a field.
Yeah.
And I used to say to my dad, "Why have you got a picture of a rock? It's not even the best picture."
It's not even the best rock.
Yeah, absolutely. When you miss the point, it's not the rock; it's what's behind it.
Wow.
And it really stuck with me about this play.
I never knew your dad was so deep.
Exactly, because there were so many things that we had to put together ourselves. We didn't know whether the two gangsters knew Stanley. We didn't know what went on in the bedroom. We didn't know why they were after him. We don't know why it became sinister. We didn't know so much, but it didn't matter because I thought that made it even better, and it allowed you to put the pieces together yourself.
Yeah. I still got a bit lost.
Okay. But did you feel tense? Did you get the tension?
There was definitely tension, yeah.
And did you not find that exciting? It's like towards the end of the second act, I think.
Yeah.
Pearl Mackie.
Yeah.
The lights all go out.
Yeah.
And it's pitch black. They turn on even the, I was going to say first aid lights, but what they call fire exit lights.
Right.
And
yeah, it was really dark, wasn't
and the lights come back on, and like she's there lying on the table, and I thought she was dead.
Yeah.
And then she wasn't dead, and we don't know what happened then. And
no.
and I just thought that was brilliant.
Yeah.
And also, I thought it moved along at such a pace.
It did move along at such a pace. I mean, I don't know whether it's just Pinters. I've only seen 3 Pinter plays,
Right.
and they've all been quite similar. They've all been set in one room. They've all got they're all dark. They're all weird characters. I think his dialogue is really good. I think obviously he's a master. They're incredibly well written, but they are dark and they are a bit odd. And I'm all for the odd and the darkness. I don't know whether maybe this one, there was just a bit of it I just struggled with a little bit.
Okay, well, that's a shame because I really loved it. I mean, should we talk a little bit about the performances?
Yeah, let's do that.
So Zoe Wanamaker, I thought was brilliant.
She was so good. She was incredible. Like, her whole physicality was completely unlike anything I've ever seen her do before.
And it's really hard, I think, to pitch that character right because she balanced between being a little bit annoying to very vulnerable, and I just thought, I really felt for her.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful performance.
She was incredible.
And Toby Jones, very good.
Yeah, Toby Jones was very good. I really like Stephen Mangan.
Yeah, now when he started, I thought, oh, he seems a little bit wooden, the way he was delivering his lines.
Yeah.
Shall we go out for a walk?
Yeah.
Or, oh yes, they called me Shimmer.
Yeah.
And
Shimmy, I think it was.
Oh, is it Shimmer? Shimmer.
You can call him what you like.
And then I got it, and it was like, no, he's supposed to be a little bit artificial. And I thought it was brilliant.
He was great. Well, they were all good, but I'd say Zoe Wanamaker would be my standout performance from it. I think she was fantastic.
Yeah. And I just thought the quality of the characterisation was just lovely, and you just were excited to know what was going to happen next, even though you didn't really know what was happening.
It was really, really well directed.
I mean,
thought.
It did leave you to your imagination about so many unanswered questions, and you thought, oh, what? Did they know each other, or didn't they know each other?
I think they did.
Well, I think they did.
Yeah.
And when it came down in the suit towards the end, it was like, oh my God, they dressed him up, and I loved it. I loved it. I really did.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't not like it. I just don't think I liked it as much as you liked it.
I also like the fact that the first half was only 45 minutes long.
Yeah, you love a short act.
But the second act was 45 minutes, and the third act was half an hour, and I didn't mind the hour and a half. It was fine.
Well, that's very gracious of you not to mind it.
You want to leave her in? So, well, I'm sorry we've missed each other a little bit. Is there anything? So, what didn't you like?
I don't know. I just felt like I got lost a little bit, and then maybe my mind wandered a little bit, and so then I got a little bit more lost. So that was sort of it. But that is the play. Fault, probably. I don't know. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. I just wasn't it just didn't live up to what I was expecting.
Okay, it's a shame. I was just thinking about even I loved the bit when she made his breakfast.
Yeah.
And get really proud of herself.
Are they nice? Are they nice? Oh, what are you reading? Paper? Is it nice? Any good stories? Is it nice?
Oh, I loved it.
You don't know what it is, do you? It's fried bread. Oh, is it nice?
Oh yeah, and it was kind of because you were almost laughing. You were laughing along because it was quite funny.
Yeah.
And then Toby Jones was there, and then suddenly, in the beat of a hand gesture, it suddenly got really sinister.
He was quite miserable, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, loved it. Okay, so staging. What did you think?
Well, I mean, it was set in one room, and I thought that it did the trick. It was conjured up the right sort of atmosphere.
It had the touch of the ferryman for me, with the kind of... I suppose it's because there was a light coming out from outside.
Yeah, it was very naturalistic, wasn't it? Yeah. I liked the fact that there was a kitchen at the back, and once the hatch was open, you could see what was going on in the kitchen as well as in the room. I like that. It was good.
Well, one thing that didn't annoy me, but there were at least 3 doors out of that house.
There were 3 doors, I noticed that.
Yeah. So why Toby Jones didn't choose another one at any point? Well,
his character had got a bit stuck, hadn't he? He was sort of stuck in that house.
Do you mean metaphorically?
Probably, but all the Foricles.
Sound of Music?
The Sound of Music. Is that what we went to see? The Sound of Music is a lovely film. There wasn't any music, really, was there?
There was a drum.
There was a drum.
Not really.
There wasn't a lot of soundy music-y stuff.
No.
Not really.
Stand-up moment.
Oh, God, yeah. So, Toby Jones' character, Stanley, his surname was Webber. And there was one point where Stephen Mangan and his Irish pal were having a go at him, and they kept saying Webber. So they were berating him, and I can't remember the words now, but it's like, you're a pig, Webber, you're a thing, Webber. And I just couldn't stop laughing, because that's my surname. And that bit just totally got to me. Me and my mate, who I was with, were just giggling for ages. So it wasn't a stand-up moment for the fact that it was the best bit in the play, but it was the bit that I just couldn't stop laughing, because it was like they were talking to me and they were being horrible to me. How about you?
I love the actual party. The fact that they played a game and they had a song, and then they, and she talked about the next day about how brilliant this party went.
Yeah.
But the sinister turn out. I love it when they turn off all the lights. It's
it clearly wasn't a brilliant party.
No.
It was a bit rubbish.
Yeah, it really was.
But she loved it. Was it nice? Was it nice? It was
Let's
nice.
use how we want to make
Yeah,
it.
she was brilliant.
All right, look, should we take a break?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Harold Pinter Theatre. Let's talk about comfort.
You had a bit of an issue, didn't you?
Oh yeah. So I got tickets and it said restricted view on them, so I was aware of what it was going to be. I was aware that there was going to be some restriction, but basically we were behind quite a large pillar, and the way it was sat, where we were sat, it meant that if we stayed in those seats, there would have been a pillar right through the middle of the stage for the whole performance. So I went to try and upgrade, and actually they said we can move along the row for free.
Which is great.
Which saved us probably about 40, 50 quid.
Yeah.
But
it annoyed me how much those seats cost. All restricted view seats were 50 quid.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of money.
Too much.
To pay, and then anything that wasn't restricted was like upwards from that.
Yeah, and we're also not talking about like missing a bit of the end of the stage. All the other restricted views that I've been to have been fine.
Yeah.
This was way too much, and to the point where I think they shouldn't actually sell those seats. I think they should take them out.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair. Because people, if you don't know the theatre, you pay 50 quid to go to the theatre, and then it's spoiled by a pillar, possibly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mark it down for that. Apart from that, the seats were very comfortable, and we could take in our own drinks.
Were you in the stalls?
Yeah.
You could take glasses.
Yeah,
in,
exactly.
But only in the stalls. You're not allowed them upstairs.
Exactly, which seems a bit odd, really.
It's a bit classist, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they're presuming
presuming that the people in the stalls aren't going to throw things onto the stage.
I know, and they're the nearest,
Yeah.
so they're more likely to do it.
Okay, so what do you think?
Well, I thought the seats were wide enough. I had enough leg room.
Do you like to spread your legs out in the...
I love to spread my legs out. I'm going to go for maybe like a 10.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 10. Mark it. Yeah, 10, because it loses... I don't know why I draw the clock face in.
I don't know. So this is 10 out of 12, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is pretty high.
Yeah, well, I think so.
Yeah.
And they only lose points because of the restricted view thing.
Also, it's a good theatre. They put on a lot of interesting productions there as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
What else have we been to see? Big Fish?
Was it called Nice Fish?
Yes.
I think we've been to see quite a few.
Did we see Hamlet
there? I feel like we might have done.
Oh, didn't like that very much.
No.
Anyway, right, shall we score this?
Shakespeare's rubbish, isn't he?
However rated.
It's not rubbish, really. Okay, go on then.
Shall I start?
Yeah.
Okay, so performances. I am going to give them a sparkling 10. Loved it.
I'm going to go for 10 as well, actually, because I thought they were great.
Wow. Staging and technical.
Sorry, I got a little yawn on. Woo! Sorry, apologies, listeners. Staging and technical, well, I mean, the set was great, but I'm sure there was a lot more technical stuff that I didn't see.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give it an 8.
Okay. I have also given it an 8.
Oh, James is covering his scores, so I
Yeah,
can't see.
I don't want you to be swayed by my answers.
It's not a maths test. That's not cheating.
No, but you might decide just to go with what I've got, or change your scores.
Okay, fine.
All right. Narrative, plot, music. Well, music doesn't count, so the narrative and plot. Well, I really liked it, and I loved the holes in it. I loved the fact some of it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
I thought it was really refreshing, so I've given it a strong 9.
I'm going to give it an 8 again.
Okay.
Just because I got a bit lost. But it was so well written.
And do you know what? It's one of the only plays that we've seen that I'd be happy to go back and see again.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
You see, yeah, I would. All right, originality.
I wouldn't say it was particularly original, really. I'll go for 7.
Okay, I've given it a 9.
Ooh.
I thought it was original. I thought it was really refreshing to go and see something like that. Something really well done that was new.
But you didn't come and see that Timothy Spall in The Pinton, the Caretaker.
No.
So for me, this is not anything
Oh,
particularly
okay.
new.
Maybe pint it out a bit.
And
was it worth it? I've given it a 10.
I'm going to go for an 8.
Okay.
Because it was worth it. For the performances were absolutely brilliant. And maybe I was a bit sleepy and I wasn't concentrating.
Well, there might be, the fact we went on different nights might have something to do with this as well. That we had slightly different energy and, because you felt that I judged Network a little bit too harsh, and maybe I did, and I probably wouldn't have judged it that harsh if I wasn't getting so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And that kind of ruined my enjoyment of it. Whereas this, I think I was so excited by the first act being there for 45 minutes.
This is your main criteria for judging. It's
right.
45 minutes, I'll give it a 10.
Okay, so while I do the scores, do you want to tell the listener what we're going to see next?
What are we going to see next?
I think it's the one, I keep wanting to call it the fairy tale thing.
Oh, the Little Match Girl.
That's the one.
So we're going to see the Little Match Girl at the Sam Wanamaker Playhouse, which is by the same writer who wrote Romantics Anonymous, which we loved. So I've got high hopes for it. I don't really know anything about it, but I've got high hopes. High hopes. James still doing his maths. I'll do a bit more waffle.
Okay, so...
Maths is done.
Okay, I can now reveal that it gets a 5-star rating of 4.4.
Is that a
4.35.
Is that a 5-star rating?
Not really. It's out of 5, though. So,
okay.
4.35.
Where does that put it?
I think that's right. Let me just have a look. Yeah. So it puts it just below Romantics Anonymous.
Yeah.
But above Ink.
Which I think we rated too low, Ink. It was so good. No.
I know, but you've got to think these are the ones quite close to the top.
Yeah.
If you say Ink's too low, you're saying Network shouldn't have been that high. Girls and Boys shouldn't have been that high, which you voted all the Ferryman.
Well, Girls and Boys was fantastic, so it definitely
And
should
so
be
was
that
the
high.
Ferryman.
Yeah.
And so was... Well, you like Network more than I did.
Network was brilliant.
So I think you're complaining for no... Oh, sorry. That was a bell.
Stopping us before we get into a row about our ratings.
Right in the middle of a sentence and everything.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Okay, well, listen. I think that's it, Vicky. Should we call it a night?
Yeah, let's do it.
The curtain's down, the theatre's dark, and that was 15 Minute Theatre. Good night.
Good night!
If you're brave enough to have your theatre production reviewed, please contact us at 15minutetheatre@gmail.com. Find us on Twitter and please rate and review us on iTunes. Thanks for listening.